Hey everybody, I am on the road again and welcome to Charlotte, North Carolina. And I'm going to show you a little bit more of Charlotte. There's the football stadium over there and downtown and the city skyline. And so Carolina was actually part of the original 13 colonies. And here in Charlotte there are lots of historical things dating all the way back to the Cherokee Indians, and also there's also a lot of other history here, from the Cherokee Indians to the 13 colonies to the Civil War and more. So I won't be able to get to a lot of that because I'm only actually here for today. I got in late last night, real late last night, and just stayed tonight, last night and tonight. So I would love to do and show way more things here around Charlotte, but unfortunately I won't be able to. But I wanted to introduce you to something that is an up-and-coming thing here in Charlotte, and that is craft breweries. So what I'm going to try to do is take you to a few craft breweries in the area here, but first I wanted to kind of walk around downtown and show you parts of downtown. So as you can see, it is a typical city skyline. So I'll get back to you guys soon. Where the Carolina Panthers play. Carolina Panthers, for those of you who don't know, are part of the National Football League, and their stadium is here in Charlotte, North Carolina. And also, for those of you who don't know, North Carolina is on the East Coast. There's a North Carolina and South Carolina in the United States, and they both sit on the coast, and both were pretty pivotal in both the Civil War and the Revolutionary War. And so standing here seeing this stadium is a little sentimental for me, because way back when I used to play football, I actually tried out for the Carolina Panthers when they first came into the league. So it's kind of cool to actually see the stadium here. So anyway, I'm gonna keep exploring around. I'm gonna show you some more of downtown Charlotte, and then we'll take off and I'll show you a couple of the craft breweries that I wanted to try out for you guys. And there is a ton of craft breweries around Charlotte, though, way more than I could possibly get to. But anyway, we will see what we can find. I thought I would explain for those outside of the United States, the Carolinas, North Carolina, South Carolina, were part of the Confederacy, or the Southern States at the time. They were not in the Union. So I just thought I'd clarify a little point for you. Also, the United States is finally catching up with the city transportation type stuff, from little scooters to bikes like I saw all over Europe. So that was St. Peter's Episcopal Church. It was built in 1834. The road that we just walked down was called Tyron. And Tyron is also known as the Liberty Walkway. The Liberty Walkway was basically the vital road that came into Charlotte back in the Revolutionary War. And so as you walk down the sidewalk, you will see all of these little sort of placards and things that say Charlotte Liberty Walkway. And then on certain buildings like old churches or other buildings or whatever, you'll see another plaque that's a historical plaque, like the old church that I showed you. And it sort of goes through the historical aspects of Charlotte from before the Revolutionary War and up through the Revolutionary War. So this was a major area when it came to the Revolutionary War, as far as a vital area to keep or control. And so there was, as thunder light, only in Florida, the sun's out and then you get thunder. It's been raining earlier this morning, that's why I couldn't get out so early. But once again, the skyline of Charlotte. And I only walked down one road, just Tyron, all the way from one side of the city down to the other and then back. And I showed you guys a few clips of that so far. And so now it's time to let my phone charge a little bit, and then we'll go to the first craft brewery and see what they got to offer. Over there is a place called the Wooden Robot Brewery, and they also serve craft beer infused foods. So I might see what they have for like an appetizer. Let's go in and check it out, see what it looks like, and I'll try one of the beers and tell you guys about it. All right. Wooden Robot. The staff here is really nice. This place will be 4 years old in July. Actually, the master brewer used to be at Swamphead Brewery in Gainesville, Florida, where I used to be based out of. All the owners here are originally from Florida and moved up this direction. And so the one guy who works here gave me a lot of good information about the place, but it's definitely a really nice little brewery. It's very modern sort of looking, garage doors that open up into the patio, which I'll try and show you guys a little bit more. There's some awesome paintings on the walls, like the ones behind me. The one of Jon Snow. Some of them are for sale, so it must be a local artist. But I decided to get what's called the Good Morning Vietnam, and it is a coffee vanilla blonde ale, and it's very good. So I'll get back to you guys in a minute. So here's some of the food options. Like I told you guys, they have what they call Twisted Eats, and it's all made with crafted beer. So the beer cheese, obviously. They do have some vegetarian options. They've got like cauliflower nugs, spinach and artichoke dip, some sandwiches. These are the prices: $11 US, $11 US. So tofu steak with wild mushrooms. That sounds interesting. Cheeseburger flatbread. So they have some munchies here. The Drunken Barbecue Burger. Shrimp quesadilla, $11. So the prices aren't bad. And then you go down this hallway that way, and that will take you to where you order your food. So it's a really nice place. I like it. So I'm gonna finish up my little beer here. I'll give you guys a little shot on the way out the door of what it looks like. It's starting to rain again, unfortunately. So then we'll go on to another brewery, and I'll show you that one too. All right, talk to you soon.
Double dry hop type thing. I thought when did she start to a tab already?
I thought when
No, I just paid for the one.
three, it just didn't even touch it and hardly touched the net. I was like, this game's over. Yeah, because I can't remember what game it was. I saw him get hot.
Which one is this one called?
3 or 4 threes. It was in Final Four. He scored a total.
It is the double dry hop. I got it.
Oh, you did? Thank you, man. I appreciate
Double
it.
dry hop mosaic
Once
IPA.
they hit that 3.
Double dry hop mosaic IPA. I can definitely taste that, but it's not.
he did a
It's not an overpowering IPA though, like some of them are.
Well,
This is really
what
good.
You mean, like what a lot of people say, or what they mean when they say that, is you're not hitting overall bitterness.
Yeah.
So we don't do a whole lot of, we don't do a lot of bittering, which means you add your hops to the boil. Then when you're making your wort, that's when you get that piney residue, because the heat will extract the resin from the stems of the hop.
Right.
You know, but we do. This one was double dry hop, so it's dry hop once and then dry hop again.
Oh, okay.
Which basically you just get the tropical citrus fruity characteristics of the hop.
For sure.
And not, I mean, that's like super dang. It's just like,
Yeah, I really like
that's
that.
one of the best. That's my favorite IPA I've ever made.
Yeah.
They're tied. So the other thing,
I'll put that up.
Yeah, I'm not generally a fan of IPA, but
and
see you later. Yep. All right, so leaving the Wooden Robot Brewery, and that was a really great experience. I was just sitting there talking with Will, who was one of the bartender guys there, Will and Taylor, and he recommended me like 3 or 4 other craft breweries to go visit and see. He said that they were the best ones that Charlotte had to offer, so that's really cool. And they're really nice people there. So as I get back into my car and try to get my backpack off, yeah, I mean, that was my first craft brewery here in Charlotte, and I have to say, the Wooden Robot is a really good option. Definitely, absolutely. The beer was amazing. The Good Morning Vietnam, and then also the IPA beer that he gave me at the end was really awesome. So thumbs up to Wooden Robot. On to the next one. Behind me here is the next craft brew stop, and it is called the Olde Mecklenburg Brewery, I think. And it's a German style brewery, so this will be interesting. And those of you, my friends in Germany, may like this place. They serve some food, which I may get some food, I'm not sure yet, but you can see all of the machinery here that they use to brew the beer. And so now I'm trying to find the entrance to it, but it is a beer house or beer garden, and it's called the Olde Mecklenburg Brewery. So I'll be interested to see what they've got to offer. So I ended up getting the Flight, which is just 4 small beers, which is the equivalent of about a pint, and it was just over $5 to try 4 different beers, $5 US. So I am trying the Copper beer, which is like it says Dusseldorf style alt beer. It's a lagered ale. I'm also trying the Hefe, or the Hornet's Nest, which is a Bavarian style Weiss beer, or like a Hefeweizen. I'm also trying the Fat Boy, which is a Baltic porter lager. And the last one I'm trying is a seasonal they have called Fru. I can't remember the last part of it, but he just wrote Fru on the paper. But Fru is sort of it's sort of like a semi-hoppy beer with a little bit of fruit notes in it. So let's see how this turns out. All right, so this is the copper one. This is what the copper one looks like. It's got a nice color to it. That's really nice. That's the Dusseldorf style. It's a lager ale. It's pretty nice. It's got some nutty notes in it. This one, I believe, is the Hornet's Nest. So the Hornet's Nest is a Bavarian style. So this is like a Heffenweiser. For those of you in the States, it's like a Shock Top or a Blue Moon. That's really nice. It has a bit of a honey flavor also. And then this one is the Fat Boy, which is the Baltic Porter. Wow, I really like that. That is very good. And now we have the last one, which is the seasonal, the Fru. They're all very good. And being in Berlin last year, the beers are fairly similar. The Fat Boy, or the Baltic Porter, tastes similar to the dark beer that I had when I was in Berlin. And that was really good. And that was the one that, I don't know if you guys saw the video, that came in this giant mug the size of my head. So anyway, yeah. I got to give the Olde Mecklenburg Brewery a thumbs up on my travels. This may be, I may only be able to hit 2 breweries before I have to take off because of time constraints. I'm heading somewhere else. Then I'm going to try to shoot a video for you guys also. So, yeah, I'll get back to you guys soon.